Hi, everyone. Welcome to my social emotional lesson number 5. This is all about mind, body, and soul. But I always like to do a little bit of a recap. So last week we talked about triggers that lead to us flipping our lid. And we learned all about strategies for us to be able to close that lid when those emotions that draw from your amygdala um, kind of trigger a response, but then also accessing your prefrontal cortex, that thinking part of your brain. So you're actually able to deal and cope with those big emotions when they come up. So you're able to close that lid. So this week, we are going to talk about the whole body. We're going to talk about your mind, which we just learned about. We're going to talk about our body, and we're going to talk about our soul and the importance of balance. So, everybody needs balance. If you're feeling like you are being pulled in one direction a little bit too much, sometimes you can get a feeling of feeling burned out. You're overwhelmed. You're not able to find a balance for the rest of your life. Oftentimes, we start worrying because we're going in one direction and we're not worrying about all these things that are outside of our control, which we've also talked about. So when you put your time and energy in all those things outside of your control, it makes you feel really thin, like you're thinly stretched. You don't have any time for anything else. So it's really important for all of us to take care of ourselves, not just now during this time, but always. So, the way for you to find a balance in your life is to think about filling a bucket. And there are 3 buckets that we're going to talk about today. And it's really important for you to almost like a checklist. I'm going to put a little bit of time, a little bit of energy, a little bit of love in each one of my buckets every day so I find that balance. So, first, you need a bucket for your mind. Okay, you need to figure out how you can engage and stimulate and challenge and test your brain, test your mind. It's also important for you to fill the bucket for your physical body. How can I move? How can I stimulate my body? How can I engage it? And the last bucket you need is to kind of fulfill that soul that you have, which is all about connection. So, how can I connect with others? My family, my friends, what kind of social support am I receiving? Those are all really, really important things for you to do. And you might already be doing these. You might already be filling all these buckets every day, and that's great. But we're going to talk about ways that you can fill these buckets, and maybe you might learn something in a different way that you want to try. So, what does it mean to engage your mind? Right now, it might look different than it would this summer. But right now, engaging your mind might be completing your goals, might be reading a really great series that you're into. It might be preparing for some of your presentations you're giving. It might be for finishing up or doing some research. Okay. But that might look a little different in the summer. Maybe it won't. But maybe you want to still continue reading because you love to read, but maybe you read some different types of books. Maybe you read different genres, or maybe you read how-to books, or maybe you want to take on a project. Maybe you want to learn how to garden. So you find these books or to cook some delicious meal. But you read and you do some sort of project. You might need to do a little research to complete those things, to prepare. You might practice learning a new skill. You might do a jigsaw puzzle or those Sudokus. Those are super fun and engaging. The next bucket is moving your body. So, just so you all know, it has been proven that exercise can lessen our feelings of anxiety, stress, and worry. So, when you exercise and move your body, we have those endorphins that are being sent to our brain that trigger positive feelings within our body, and we need that. So, this might look like going on a walk. Maybe you're going to jump on your trampoline. Maybe you're going to do 10 jumping jacks. Maybe you want to do some yoga, shoot some hoops. throw a baseball around. Maybe you're going to go on a hike or a jog. Those are all great ways to get your body moving. Last but not least, we need to fill our buckets for connection. Now, how might we connect with others during this time when we're not really able to see people? It might seem especially hard right now, but there are methods to connect. So sometime you might already be doing this. But humans, we strive for connection, okay? Because we are social beings. This is important. Even when we're asked to be staying separate from each other, you really, really, really need to find some sort of way to connect with people. It could be on the phone. You could have a phone conversation. You could do FaceTime. You could play games with each other virtually. You could have a book discussion. There's all sorts of things. But also, don't forget the people that you are currently with right now. Maybe you ask them to go on a walk or a hike. It could be it could be your sibling, it could be your mom, it could be your dad, it could be your dog. Those are all people that you currently have in your family, in your life, in your zone right now. And it's really important that you're utilizing that. You're learning from each other. You're talking to each other, you're exploring, you're working together. But you need to stay connected with people. So, with everything that's going on in the world, at your house, with school, it is important to take a step back and ask yourself, how am I filling each one of my buckets for my mind, my body, and my soul every single day? But do I have the power to change how I fill those buckets? Yes, absolutely. I want you to think about things that you're already doing and how you're filling your bucket for your mind, your body, and your soul. Or maybe you want to add, I'm interested in trying some of these new things that I heard on this video for the week. So I have a little template that I'm going to attach, and I want you to fill it out and come on Wednesday to our discussion. And we are going to talk about all of these strategies for filling those buckets. All right. I look forward to seeing you all on Wednesday. Bye.